We just had a 10-minute conversation off camera because I didn't record. So
it's wonderful.
Did a great job,
I'll say it again. Victoria and I show up today at the coffee shop ready to do our session, literally each wearing matching sets. So she has like a skirt and a top that are matching, and I also have a set on, and one brain. It's
2 paddles.
One brain, 2 paddles. Yeah. Quote of the day, quote of the month, quote of the year.
Quote of the year that my mother so kindly supplied us with at the tournament yesterday. I don't think we even talked with her. I don't think I've ever even told her one brain. I think she just
I think she heard us say it a few times.
Okay.
And she's adding her own fun spin on it.
That sounds like my mom.
Victoria's parents are absolutely amazing. Her dad is carrying our bags from like court to court.
I know.
Yeah.
I felt so bad. He just was like lugging her. My bag was heavy yesterday because I had like water and banana and oranges and snacks and Gatorades and clothes and like everything. So probably just needed wheels at that point. Like, we had to bring a mini suitcase.
Oh my gosh, we totally need a suitcase that just says Dream Team Pickleball.
Yes.
All of our stuff in it.
I know.
A cooler. That could be another cool idea.
Yeah.
Cool idea.
Pun intended. Yeah, that was fun. My nieces got to come watch me play for the first time, which was really fun also yesterday.
Gonna get them on the court soon enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we got a squad.
We do.
Yesterday, one thing we totally realized is on tournament days, it takes a village. Like, it does. Like, having people with you to support games.
Yes.
Everything.
Yeah, truly it does though. I mean, especially, that's why I ended up getting a bigger bag for tournaments, because if it's just you or like me and my husband, it's like you're lugging that thing around. It's almost like they need lockers really that you can have access to, or like a place to put your stuff, because otherwise you're just lugging it from court to court. And like yesterday, it was like literally one match was on one side of the facility and then on the complete opposite side of the facility. So it was like we were just back and forth all day long. And then my dad's just picking up the bag and going from all the way over here and back over and getting a workout in.
Exactly.
Really. But yeah.
But not just that, it's like taking like the number of times we had points where I heard like your mom, your dad, or your family like say something afterwards and kind of just like reinforces that positive energy around like playing good points, or when points don't go your way. Like, it takes a village from that perspective too, of just having a support system that's quite literally on and off the court.
Yeah, truly. I mean, the Kelsey brothers have a podcast, and I think there's a stat that they made up. I can't remember. It's like the 2% or 9, whatever it is. I can't remember, but I'm going to make up a stat. I would say that you are 76% more likely to win if you have people cheering for you at a tournament. To be honest, I've seen so many matches where people were down, but then they had like a squad cheering them on, and they ended up winning the match. So I think it's awesome. It is a game changer.
It's energy, it's mindset, and I know we had talked like night before about your like feeling a little bit nervous before game. So like, tell me what that was like day of, where you started to feel it the most, and how you started to overcome that.
Yeah, I think the day before we were talking about it, and I liked your perspective because you came from a sport where you were competing. And so it was nice because like my only competition was in high school really, and like that was music. It was just different. People just played mind games. It's not like they could physically like really beat you, like it just wasn't that type of group, like they're just playing mind games, casual. I thought that was helpful. Plus, like, I've been doing research because I feel like mindset is just my biggest challenge. Like, it really is. But I think, so there was a few things I was thinking. Night before I was thinking, what a shame it would be if I go out and I don't actually play my best, and how bad I would feel if I don't play my best, right? It's like, why wouldn't I play why would I allow my mental state to prevent me from playing my best, right? So that was one thing that I tried to keep reminding myself. The second thing was also like make them play our game, right?
Yes.
That was a big thing.
And the number of times you said that yesterday, like at specific points, was so helpful as a reminder, like being on the other side of it, because there are so many times where people are just like slamming the ball at us or like driving the ball really hard, and like you and I have a great combo of soft game plus like being able to drive. So yeah, it was just always like a very helpful reminder to like settle back into how we play and not stoop in any way to their level, not try to play anything different than like who we are, because that's where we feel most comfortable, and that's where our muscle memory has been developed like in this game. So the more we can kind of stay aligned to that is important. But at the same time, we also talk strategy every single game of like identifying specific players, saying, hey, we should target left, or hey, like we should start to switch. So it is interesting that you can have like the foundation of your game, but then you are making these like small tweaks mid rally, mid go to try and beat them in an even greater capacity.
No, I'm glad it was helpful as well for you. And maybe that's our thing, you know? I just feel like it's a helpful reminder to just be confident, and no matter what shot comes our way, it's like, I know what you're going to take, you know what I'm going to take, and then also talking a lot. Like yesterday, you were, like the first games, I felt like I was very quiet, because I was just, again, I was nervous. I didn't get nervous until like 20 minutes before we got there. But that's when I was like, I'm going to box breathe. I'm going to just try to embrace the nervous, anxious energy, because it's, for one, I'm excited. I care about the outcome, right? But I don't know the outcome. So there's just a lot there as far as those feelings, right?
Of course.
In our first match, like still feeling very much so that, but the first thing I was like, I'm not going to hold back on my serve. Even if it goes out, I'm going to go out, but I'm going to full out on my serve, because if I'm not going to hit into the net, like, because as you know, like first time when I met Rachel, for like the first month of us playing, every single time I serve, the first time, I would hit it right into the net. Every single time.
And every time I would respond the same way and go, only up from here.
Supportive partner. You're a partner that doesn't look like, oh, so can you play? Rachel's like, no, we're only going to go up. True, though. Very true. Very wise. Wise words.
Oh, my goodness.
But yeah, so I think that's the biggest thing. And then I think getting that first win. And I think, and also,
15-2, by the way. So even though Victoria felt some nerves, I felt a little tense in like the first point, but 15-2, like we crushed it. And I do think that first game set the momentum for us the rest of the day.
Yes.
I feel like it could have looked a lot different if we let them get a lot more points on us, if they would have won. I mean, it totally shaped our mindset. And like we came off the court with like the biggest smiles on our face. And I think it just totally made a huge difference in how we showed up mentally and physically in the next few.
What do you feel like was the biggest things for, like, what were the biggest, like, things that helped, or what did you notice that felt, like, different than other days? Because I know at one point you said, I feel like you mentally were, like you said to me, you were, like, me being in a better mental place for the tournament felt different to you. So, like, was there anything else like that, or was it just that, or, from your experience?
You mean in terms of like mentally going in, or like what do you think contributed to like our success?
What were your biggest goals going into yesterday? Like, what did you feel like worked well? What didn't?
My biggest goals, number one, as always, is to just make sure I'm a supportive partner. So like no matter what is happening, whether I'm playing bad, you're playing bad, which that didn't really happen yesterday, but like in those instances, I'm like, how am I going to show up correctly? Which is oftentimes coming back to just being supportive and being positive and remembering that points, they matter, but we could be down by a lot and still come back and win. My second goal for the day was really around communication, which it was probably so obnoxious to every single person that we played. But like I was saying, mine, yours, the entire time. Like even when Victoria is on my right side and the ball is on my left, I was still saying mine for those hits.
Yes.
And I think it's because I'm still in this perspective of trying to build the habit of talking. Yes. But even funnier, this morning I'm playing my parents. I'm the only person on the side of the court. It was 2v1, and the number of times I said mine when I am the only person on the side of the court, like I'm in total muscle memory mode of just like trying to like get that into a habit of it. So that was goal number 2. And yeah, those are like my main 2 is be a good partner and talk a lot. Oh, and get up more. That was also number 3 is I feel like one of my bad habits is like staying back for too long, and then we find ourselves getting split a little bit more. So I was really trying to be intentional about staying with you and then getting more aggressive and going up and trusting myself in mid-court, because I realize I'm normally taking shots from the way back or the way front, and I really want to start being able to navigate mid-court super duper well.
Yeah, no, that's great. I can attest to that you were very consistent in your communication throughout all of the matches. It was so good because like once we got through that first game, I don't know how much I talked. I like honestly the first game like felt a little bit of a blur because I was trying so hard because I just didn't want to be in a place where like I felt like you were having an uphill battle because of where I was mentally. So I was
you crushed it yesterday. Like literally, Victoria, like that was probably the most mentally, I use the term mentally fit, like are you mentally unfit or mentally fit, but like you were awesome yesterday, and I could tell you had nerves, but there was just like a different aura about you, and like, and I think it was the confidence in your serves, like you were just like trying to you were maintaining like how you normally play when you're not in like a pressure based environment, and just your attitude. And you kind of like talked about being in this specific zone. So does that zone feel different? Is it you're blocking certain thoughts? Is it adding certain thoughts? Like, is there a way that you would describe what was before versus what was yesterday? Or was it just kind of like a natural thing?
So what's funny is it felt like it could slip away at any moment. Let me make sure I don't get too distracted, right? Like the goal is still at hand, right? We still have games. It's not done till it's done. So it's like kind of staying just mentally, like I felt like, I guess like vigilant is maybe the right word, where it's like, I haven't left the game yet. Like I'm still in the game, even though we aren't playing. Like I started when we went into the game, I'm in the game, and we're not out of the game until we win gold, right?
Love that.
That's where I think it's like, so like I don't want that mentality to slip of like we still have a challenge ahead of us, and I like can't lose sight of that, right? That makes sense? I don't know. That's how it felt anyway. So it felt like this very specific mindset of like being like reminding myself to be aggressive, not be afraid to hit the ball hard, even if it goes out, moving up together, staying up, because like you said, like my bad habit is that once we're up, I'll fall back too early. And so that's something that I didn't want to do, or if like there's pressure, so staying up and handling the pressure. And then, those were, I think, the big things for me.
Love it. That's amazing. Yeah, I try to think about what helps me get in the zone, and this might sound oversimplified, but if the thought doesn't give me joy, I don't think it. So it's like, if the thought is saying I'm bad at pickleball, if the thought is saying I just sucked at that point, I'm like, I'm not going to think that. And it's slightly delusional, because the reality is I did suck at certain points, but if it's like killing my mood in a way, as once I start getting in that headspace, it can spiral so quickly. So if it doesn't bring me joy, I'm not thinking it.
But like you said about being mentally fit though. So you remember I was telling you I listened to the On Purpose podcast with Jokovic. I think that's the correct way to pronounce his name. But he was saying that like he creates a mental space that's so positive a negative thought can't enter. That's the same thing.
I feel like it almost has to be that way.
Yeah.
It can just spiral so quickly.
Oh, yeah.
I guess my last question for you is, did you have any favorite points from yesterday?
Your ATP.
Oh, in the final?
Yeah, your ATP.
That one was, okay, I don't know what it was about that shot, but that one felt so crisp. Like,
it was crisp.
I saw it and I actually let it go. I let it go far enough where, like, it created so much space from the pole and the player that, like, it was just, like, literally like it was
like,
so fun.
They were not going to get it. They weren't going to get it. I can just tell you right now, no one was getting it. No one on that court was going to get the ball. It was crisp. Such a good ATP. I love that point. And then one of our games was recorded as semifinal. It was
hands battle you had in the resets.
Really? I don't even remember that.
Okay, there was one point where she straight up had like 3 or 4 back to back, like boom, 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 boom. And there was another one where you backed up, reset, and we won the point. It was wild. It was like Victoria did all the hard work, and then I just closed it. Like, that is literally all it was. That's Dream Team, though.
That is Dream Team. But I love those points, though. And I think my favorite point was there was one where we won it on resets alone. We won the point on I just have to preface that it was only defense. We did not, well, we probably did go into some offense, right? Mm-hmm. But there was one where it was just like, they kept slamming the shots, and then I got like a backhanded slice reset, and then I did resets that I don't think I've ever done before in that point. But it felt like is one of those like pro points where you watch and you're just like, how many times are they going to hit it before someone actually wins the point, right?
1,000%.
That's what it felt like.
I was like,
and I feel like the other girls were feeling the cameras too, because that game we played them. It was our first match, right? Yep. It was totally different energy in that second time we played them, and I think everyone was just feeling the cameras because Rachel also became more like. Cause I feel like I'm more of the power player where I just want to. Sometimes I just want to hit the ball hard. I don't know what to tell you, but like I like a reset, but Rachel's super consistent. But in that match, you were like something came on and you were like, I'm coming up and I'm going to push. Yeah, let the big dog eat.
Well, it's funny because I don't normally get very nervous for the cameras, and knowing it was going on YouTube, low-key made me nervous. I was like, I don't know why, and maybe it's like my points that are painful because of how like I might not do it the way that I want.
Yeah.
They're out there forever. But I don't care at this point. I really actually challenged my thinking on that, not only during the game for like a little bit, but on my drive home. I was like, it matters, but it like does not matter. That's actually such good stuff to have on camera and go back and watch, see what I did wrong, see what I could do better. So that is the only game I felt even the slightest bit of nerves, and I'm assuming it's the cameras. I don't know if it was going into the semifinal where that was the element. Yeah, I'm not sure, but that's something I'm definitely going to keep like a pulse on for the next the next little bit and see where I am starting to feel it a tiny bit.
So you did like a mental check during the game?
Oh yeah.
Like how often? Like was it like one time and then you're like done, silence the thought?
It didn't bring me joy. Let it go.
Trash. Straight to jail.
I was like, straight to jail. I can think about that later when I'm not playing a match.
AKA my drive home.
Nailed it.
You know what? That's but yesterday, I mean, I think that was my favorite point. How about you? What was your favorite point?
It was not my favorite point, but the only one that I thought was just hysterical was my Michael Jackson move. So they basically dropped the ball, like, so it hit like 3 inches away from the net, and I kind of had to pop up a little bit. I'm starting to back up. They try to hit me with the ball. I straight up like Michael Jackson, go on my toes, curve my back. The ball goes behind me. Victoria's there, swipe or no swiping, swipes that freaking ball so hard. You were there. It was.
Why did it reset? Because you were out of position, right? And I think that was my thought. I was like, why didn't it reset? I just attacked. Like,
you were there.
Free ball. Not reset the ball so that maybe we have an opportunity to, I don't know, win the point. I think we ended up winning the point. Right?
I do not remember.
I don't remember.
But
I don't remember.
That was the only
oh my gosh,
funny
point. That was definitely a highlight. You had, and I feel like you had a lot of highlight reel shots yesterday. You had at least 3. You had the ATP, then you had one where it was just a down the line winner. Like it was serve return, and the return was just down the line. Girl didn't even see it coming. She didn't even move. I think she just watched it, and it was like, yeah, that was in. Like there was that one, and then you had one that went right in between the two of them. It was just this beautiful hybrid drop where it just like coasted over the net and then dropped right at the no volley line. And then they didn't even move. They just looked at each other like, I'm sorry, I should have said something.
And they laughed. Yeah. It was fun. There was lots of good shots yesterday.
Lots of good shots.
Also, your overheads yesterday were on point. On point. You nailed that. And I do think that is like your shot. You're so consistent with that.
Overhead?
Yes.
I do love an overhead. But again,
smash.
I'm wearing green today, so just like I bust out and it's this jacket. I think, but again, that kind of comes back to like, I think for me, it's like playing the game uninhibited. Like not really, but like
I love that.
Like not holding myself back.
Man, that could be a book title.
Unhinhibited pickleball.
I don't. Not actually. Now that you say it back to me, I'm gonna mix that one. But it sounded good.
It sounded good.
Up front, and then.
Not holding my up front.
Something about like
personal.
Unblock or like unleash. Yeah.
Unleashing your. I don't.
It's like courageous pickleball. It's
fearless pickleball.
Yeah. There's a word that I'm searching for that's not quite, but it's going to hit me at 8 p.m. and I'll text you.
They're like, this is the book title. Yeah. And it's just not holding back. I think that's the biggest, like, I am my biggest, what's it called? I don't know.
Enemy?
Yeah. On the pickleball court. Really, I feel like. Anyways, if I just play without holding myself back, I play much better. We got in a flow state too.
It was wild.
I think
that was the best pickleball we've ever played.
Yeah, I mean, once it was medal time, flow state.
Yeah, we were there. We were locked in.
I can't wait to see this game because, like, we were
crushing
it. Like you were like, I think like even if you said mine, I was like yours. I also I agreed. I confirmed. I'm like yours.
But that's so cool because if we can get to the point where like we're naturally saying like mine, yours,
yes,
but like. Yes. At the same time,
yes,
that's when we know we've really
like gelled.
Yeah, and we're gonna get there all the time.
And then we can do the Anna Lee and Anna Bright go.
Yeah,
we can do that, or I don't know. We can come up with other short words.
I agree.
But yeah, I think that's the progression. Is like we started with like just making sure we're calling whose it is, right?
Yep.
But then like also short or high. Like we were doing. I was saying. I think you were also saying like hi or yeah. So like our vocabulary and our inside of our game is growing.
Yes, as a team for sure.
As a team, yeah.
All right, let's rate yesterday's play.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. Woo! Bye.
Bye.